All right, we're with Fire Chief Craig Hoeft here today. It's Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on this.
Thank you, Tran. Good to see you.
Um,
Good, as usual.
how's everybody in the family? Is everyone doing okay?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good in the home family and the fire family.
Right.
Everybody's all the firefighters are good. Their families, our paramedics, everybody's doing well. We hope to keep it that way.
Great to hear. What are you hearing around the county in terms of the situation with firefighters and EMS workers and other first responders? Are people staying healthy there, or has it hit Washtenaw County?
No. I think in Washtenaw County and the fire service, a couple of departments had some folks out and they're in quarantine. And we've had quite a few tested in the county. I don't know the results and how it came back. So it's out there now, whether they're getting it with patient care or just, their trip to the grocery store, I'm not sure, but it's out there, and it's out there for everybody.
Right. There have been more than, I think, 47 cases, I think, in the 48176 zip code. And plus, you guys handle more than that. You guys handle Lodi Township. And what kind of precautions are you guys taking? Are you guys notified about homes where people with this reside? And what kinds of things are you doing to protect yourselves as you protect the public and serve us?
Sure. Well, just like everybody else in the first responder line of the field, I guess, we're using all the protective equipment we can, whether it comes to, the masks, the shields, the gowns, the gloves. And, that seems to be what we do to anything we go to. And when it comes to knowing if somebody is a COVID-19 patient, yes, we get information from the county. It gives us addresses. And our dispatch center here in Valley Ambulance does a really good job of vetting, asking a lot of questions to find out if anybody else in the home has it. It may not be the patient. It might be somebody else that has a fever, has trouble breathing. So it's very important that folks, if they have to call 911, to give good information, because it may seem like they're getting asked a lot of questions, but it's for good reasons, so that everybody knows what's going on.
And so those are the questions they sort of screen people ahead of time
Sure.
on that 911 call?
Sure. Typically it's a cough, a fever, trouble breathing. Mm-hmm. At least if you know one of those things are out there, then it kind of, we all might respond, but we all might not go in the house. We might have one person take care of patient care, and then if more needed, we'd do it that way. So it kind of keeps everybody safe. And to be honest with you, to go to a patient that the firefighters know has it is kind of better, because we know what we're getting into. It's those unknowns that make it a little scarier,
You guys also do some of that screening if you respond to a crash too, right? You talk to people at a crash scene when you
exactly. You got to ask the same questions when you open the car door, and make sure that you never know if somebody maybe was on their way to the doctor or whatever might be going on. So yeah, you got to, everywhere we go, right? It's just the way it is today, I guess.
I know there's privacy laws and stuff like that, but have you been called to treat a COVID-19 patient yet? And if so, what does that look like? What kind of differences are we seeing on those emergency calls?
Well, I think the only difference would be in what we are doing. We're definitely the PPE. We look like we're in the emergency room too, because we wear all the protective gear, and that's really the only difference. The patient care is the same quality. We're going to do all the same things. We're just going to wear a lot more stuff when we do it.
What happens if do you guys have any plans for what would happen if one or more of you guys at the department were infected with this, you guys all live in quote close quarters. How would something like that get handled? Do you know?
Well, yeah, we have kind of a plan B. We certainly don't want that to happen. That's the tough part about being a small department. If we lose one or two people that they have to be quarantined, then our numbers, it just gets much more dramatic. So there's, 10 of us, 13 of us, counting our paramedics from HVA, that we're all living together, and we kind of now know we pass in the mornings and have our meetings in the morning. So hopefully if everybody's doing what they need to do when they're away from the station, we'll be fine. But yeah, if somebody does, they would be quarantined. That person would be out. The rest would continue, would be tested to make sure nobody else has it. But we would continue to work also.
All right. And then you'd have to do some sort of cleaning around the station or something like that too?
We in fact, we piggybacked with Chief Hart and the police department. We have a company coming in a couple times a week and disinfecting, and then we do it every morning also. And, probably cleaning more. We cleaned daily, but we're cleaning much better now than we used to. So I kind of like it,
Wait, do you guys have any need in terms of protective equipment? How long does your current supply, do you think it'll last you guys? And what's in the shortest supply if you need anything?
So the FEMA, the federal government, has out of their national strategic supply, has made us 3 deliveries. They're not huge deliveries, but they might be a couple hundred pair of gloves, 20, 30 masks, that kind of thing. And it's great. Some gowns. And we just got another order today. The thing that we're running into is the N95s. The better masks are the ones that we don't get very many of. In fact, It's kind of strange. Like each department in the county got like 33 N95 masks for each department. Well, that might not last very long. So we try to decide on the call which particular mask we're going to wear. So COVID patient, obviously you would wear the N95s. But so that would be about the only thing. Shields we have quite a few of because there's a lot of folks around here making them. So the shields are good.
I don't know if anybody has a magic supply of those N95s at this point, but if somebody does, is that a donation you'd accept, or would you rather they go to?
Well, I think that it'd be better right now that they took them to the hospitals, because I feel like they need them. We wear them 20 minutes at a time. They've got to wear them all day. So they're going to need them more often. So I would get them to the doctors and the nurses. We can make it work, and we can share with other departments if we need to. I think we'd be okay. It depends how long this goes.
Mm-hmm. I saw Michigan State Police crash data yesterday that says that injuries are down this year by quite a bit. Fatalities are down quite a bit. What are you seeing on the roads in terms of the amount of calls that you're responding to? Are you seeing the same sort of thing?
No doubt about it. Crashes are probably the biggest thing that you notice that are down. In fact, it's strange sometimes to look up my window in my office looks up Michigan Ave, and sometimes there's not a car on the road, and that's highly unusual. So crashes are definitely down. Maybe it'll change today because I'm looking out the window now and there's snow on the ground. So I don't know if I like that at all. But
well, there was a crash today right at McDonald's or something, wasn't there?
Yes, just a few minutes ago. Yes. Any
other changes you're noticing in terms of the kinds of calls you're getting?
Fire alarms would be down. A lot of times in the industrial park and some of the businesses, occasionally alarms get tripped. They go off for whatever reason it might be. So even fire alarms are down also. So those are big numbers that we get to quite often between the crashes and fire alarms. So with the buildings empty, there's not as much going on for sure.
Open burning isn't permitted right now, right? Or is that?
That's correct.
So no burn permits are being granted at the moment?
That's correct. No burn permits. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't burn, your backyard fire, where you cook your marshmallows and sit and watch the fire. It can only be firewood, can't be, yard waste. We are allowing, if the farmers call in, a lot of times in the fall and winter, farmers will clean their fence rows and they'll make a pile in the field. And typically in the spring, they burn it off and then they turn the dirt and plant the crops. Well, they're getting close to that place. They're going to need to burn those piles. So they will be allowed. It's kind of a gray area in the agricultural part of that DNR posting. Yep. We're going to make sure that they can still do what they need to do, because certainly they got crops to get in. So, all
right. Do you really? I mean, if somebody is burning out there, is that something that you want to call on from people upset that their neighbors are burning on that, or?
So we're kind of back to that thing that we don't want to be running to calls. So that was the reason for doing this. Right. And then people are actually calling us and complaining about neighbors burning and stuff. So it's kind of a catch-22. So it would be better if folks, if it looks like it's a farmer, then it's okay. If not, if it's somebody in the neighborhood, maybe just go talk to them first before you give us a call. Maybe they don't know. I mean, I know there's like a million subscribers to the post, but that guy might not have been able to see that.
Right.
And that's typically the problem is, oh, I didn't know, or that kind of thing. So if you could help, you see it happening, go talk to them, ask them, hey, there's supposed to be no burning, that kind of thing. So that would be very helpful.
What sort of request do you have of the public, I guess, right now, as you guys try to do your job in very unusual times? Is there anything we should be keeping in mind?
Well, I would say just bear with us. It's a tough time for everybody. We're trying to adjust to all this too. We don't like being around each other that much either. It's a lot of time to sit here and talk to each other, and it's our prime time to be with the children in the schools. Sorry about that. Being the children with the schools. We're going to miss all the field days, the
hot dog cookouts,
hot dog cooking. That's correct. And teaching our fire safety and our storm safety. That usually comes up here real soon too. So, and just having the kids come to the station and interact and, that kind of thing. It's been difficult. And in fact, I know I've had folks call for us to do drive-bys or, be part of parades. We chose to not do that early just because we have 90 square mile area that some folks might not understand that, we could go 2 blocks down the street and do it, but we can't go that 10 miles out to the corner. It just wouldn't be fair for everybody. We cover as much area as the schools have. So there's got to be a lot of birthdays every day. And so as sad as it is, and we'd love to be doing it, we can't. But we'll open up soon, and we'll be able to get everybody in here and do whatever we can to, get the kids happy again and get them out of the house.
All right. Wait, anything else you want to add?
I would say just everybody persevere, just stay safe. As much as some of the things going down bother us, we just need to do it. We want to get this over with. I need to be, just like your background, I need to be watching a football game.
I know.
Yeah. What's going on. So
it's the no baseball, no track, all that stuff's starting to hit right now.
It's crazy. I have grandkids, and I was looking forward to sitting and watching a lot of baseball this summer. And we're not doing that, but that's the way it is. And we all just gotta tough it out. And maybe in September we'll be back in business. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. All right. Thanks a lot, Chief. Thanks for doing this.
Have a good one.
You too.